that is not what happened after a Tulsa County jury found Robert Bragg guilty of 6 counts of child abuse by injury.
They recommended life plus 60 years, but the judge gave him a sentence that includes the possibility of parole. News on 6's Amy Kaufman is on the story with the latest. First at 9. Amy?
Well, the little girl Rebecca is back with her mother after suffering severe brain trauma back in 2014. And the DA in this case tells me that the jury handed down a harsh sentence to her father, Robert Bragg. But that's not what happened today.
We worked really hard to get this case to a jury.
The jury in the Robert Bragg trial spent over a week in May sifting through evidence and disturbing photos of the case. The police report says Bragg picked up the baby girl and squeezed her around the ribs and shook her 5 to 6 times. The jury recommended life in prison plus 100 years, but that's not the sentence that the judge handed down.
Judge Mussman determined, in his own opinion, not to follow the jury's verdict, but instead to run all of the sentences concurrent so that ultimately this defendant will have the opportunity to get out of prison.
Bragg is 31 years old and will be eligible for parole when he turns 69. Assistant DA McCames says it's a time-honored tradition to follow what the jury says because they're unbiased about the case.
We all around this courthouse respect very much the fact that jurors are the ones who should be allowed to make these decisions because they are impartial.
I spoke with Bragg's attorney, who says he still believes his client was wrongly convicted and he's planning to appeal.
When the jury rendered the verdict, the mother was able to feel reassured that her baby had in fact received justice, knowing that this man who did this will always be behind bars. But now that's not what's going to happen.
Now, the judge in this case, William Mussman, did not have a comment for us today. Live on the scene on the story from the Tulsa County Courthouse, Amy Kaufman, News on 6.